Yes, my people, good morning. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today we're going to do something for you that we haven't done in quite some time. And that is going to be a full day of eating, but not only just a full day of eating. Today, I'm also going to do a full day of eating and supplementation. So I'm going to show you all the supplements that I take, every single one of them, and why. Honestly, I take so many fucking supplements, guys. I genuinely hope I don't forget to actually show and mention something, because it's actually wild. When I sat down today to think about all the stuff I take, and like what the benefits of them were, I was like, shit, I'm actually consuming a hell of a lot of stuff. So yeah, anyway, first thing we're going to start the day with, guys, is going to be my HydroFlow in my Conte shaker here. So 1 scoop of HydroFlow, 1 scoop of creatine. What am I saying 1 scoop for? We've got 10 grams HydroFlow, we have got 5 grams of creatine, and we've got 10 grams of glutamine in here. So that is just going to be for our performance and our hydration. And obviously it tastes really, really fucking good, and I just like a kind of sweet treat to start the morning with, to be perfectly honest. So I cannot go without this. This has been in the fridge overnight cooling off, so it is lovely and refreshing when I come downstairs first thing in the morning, and I'm absolutely sweating buckets, like you can see, because I've got my t-shirt off. So normally what I'll do is I will sip this HydroFlow. I will get Chloe to stick this pin in my ass, and then after that I will make myself a coffee, sit down, relax. Well, normally I make myself a coffee, go upstairs and do some work, but it's Saturday today, so we've got no work other than a client call at 8 o'clock. I'll sit down, I'll just chill out with Chloe on the couch, I'll sip my coffee, and then I'll just relax for a little bit before I have meal number 1, which I'll show you. But before I show you meal number 1, I want to show you all of the morning supplements that I take post meal 1. Good to go? Yeah. How's my belly looking? It's not looking too bloated, is it? No. Okay, right, we're good to go. First thing in the morning, guys. I've nothing in it yet, so it's nice and tight. Right, I've tried to like kind of break these down by section in terms of like kind of what I use them for, so I can talk about the benefits. So over here we've kind of got like heart health, cardiovascular system, cholesterol management. Over here we've kind of got like kidney, liver, blood pressure, and then here we've just got like digestion, suppose like general kind of stuff. A lot of these things have like general ingredients that will help you with your overall health and all that other sort of stuff as well, right? But this is pertaining to bodybuilding and why I personally take them for my health and the benefits that they actually have. Okay, so vitamin D3 and K2, pretty much a no-brainer, guys. We don't get that much sun in Ireland and the UK, and this is super important for your heart health and cardiovascular function as well. So obviously that's taken year round. Now we've got what I probably think is the best supplement that Conte do, so that is Circuitry Complete. Okay, so in this, guys, we've got a gram of citrus bergamot, a gram of curcumin, and then beta vulgaris ubiquinone, which is CoQ10, if you know what that is, and then just 1 or 2 other small little ingredients, right? But the main drivers in this are going to be citrus bergamot and your curcumin. So curcumin, powerful anti-inflammatory, fantastic health benefits, and then citrus bergamot is going to be very, very effective in lowering LDL. So one of the most effective things in lowering your LDL and raising your HDL. So this is fantastic. I used to take the JP Love Heart, but this is actually twice the dose of citrus bergamot in it, and it actually has curcumin in there as well. So for like the same price, this is unbelievable. This is really, really like well priced, and this is a fantastic supplement. So this is a year-round staple for me. Next up, we've got nattokinase. So you could probably put this in here with your organ support as well. So this is going to help with kind of blood flow, circulation, making sure you're not getting blood clots, and also like your blood pressure and stuff like that. And then finally, we've got 2 products which I do actually still take from Trained by JP, because Conte don't have them. Okay, so I'm just going to be honest here, guys. But we've got high strength omega-3 fish oil. So per capsule here, we've got 500 milligrams of fish oil from EPA, which is actually really what you want when it comes to kind of fish oils. Now these are high quality fish oil, okay? So pharmacy grade fish oil from like Friend of the Sea. They used to do like Nordic fish oils, all right? It's very important when you're picking up your supplements, guys, okay? Especially fish oils. Do not get them in Holland and Barrett. Holland and Barrett is a scam. Holland and Barrett is the matrix. There's a reason you go into Holland and Barrett and everything is buy 3, get them for the price of 2. Buy 1, get 1 for like 1 cent, right? Everything is underdosed. Everything is trash. Everything is shit. Do not buy your supplements in Holland and Barrett or you will die prematurely, okay? Get good quality supplements, like legit supplements, okay? There's a reason they're cheap as chips. They're wank, okay? Holland and Barrett is a scam, right? Glad I've kind of said that, because anytime a client starts with me, they're like, oh, I'm actually, I'm taking a couple of supplements already. Can you send you a couple of pictures of them? I'm like, yeah, go on. I'm like, are they from Holland Bar? Boom, every time Holland Bar. And I'm like, throw them in the bin. And the client is like, oh, just got these. I'm like, throw them in the bin. Doesn't matter. Get some proper supplements. There's a reason they're fucking cheap as fuck. Anyway, got sidetracked there. So I take 6 of these a day, 3 in the morning, 3 in the evening. Okay, this is my morning supplement stack. I'll go through my evening supplement stack later. All right, and these are not only like for your cholesterol in your heart, right, and your hair and your skin and all of that, right. If I could take one supplement for the rest of my life, it would just be fish oils. They're fantastic. They literally make you live longer. They're great for your mood as well. So there's been studies into 1,500 milligrams from EPA of fish oils in many individuals, right? Controlled studies, and it's shown that it has a similar impact on depression and anxiety symptoms as Prozac has, which is a very powerful SSRI. It's fantastic for your mood as well. So if you're a depressed cunt and you eat like shit, and you don't move, start doing some exercise, taking a couple of fish oils, all your problems will be solved, all right? And then finally, I've got heart care. So I must say, right, and this has nattokinase in it as well, but all the other ingredients, Conte don't have a supplement for it yet, so I do still take this. Now, I have been getting my blood work done for the last 5 years consistently. In the last year alone, I've gotten 5 sets of blood work done. So that averages out getting my bloods done like what, every 10 weeks. And this supplement, JP only released maybe like 3 years ago. So they had like the Vital Sport, the Omegas, the Love Heart for ages, right? For like 2 or 3 years. And then they released this, right? I remember when they released this, I didn't jump on it straight away. I was like, oh, fuck, another health supplement that I have to buy. It's an additional expense. I was a little bit more broke at the time, etc., etc. So I just didn't take it, right? And then I got my blood results back one time and I was like, my LDL's a little bit higher than I'd like to see it, right? It's the worst I'd ever seen in my life. It still wasn't that bad, right? And I started taking this. This was literally the only change that I made, right? Before I started taking this, my LDL was always over 2. So 2.4, 2.6, 2. Whatever. Ever since I started taking this, I've consistently seen my LDL in the ones, right? And this is me blasting gear for 20 weeks on prep, still seeing my LDLs in the 1, okay? So this is absolutely fantastic. Main ingredients in this, we've got red yeast, artichoke, arjuna, and then we've got the nattokinase, right? And anthocyan. Red yeast is the most effective thing in lowering your LDL, bar none, right? All the studies show most effective thing. So this is absolutely fantastic and in my opinion a must for your cardiovascular health. So I will big up that product and say it is fantastic, and I've seen it directly correlated in my blood work. The Omegas and the Vital Sport and the Love Heart and all the organ stuff, I was kind of always taking those since I started taking steroids. So like second I started taking steroids, I started taking these health supplements, okay? So it's hard for me to know how my blood work would look without them. You know, my blood work's always been pretty good, probably because I've always taken these supplements, right? Next up, organ sport. Astragalus will lower blood pressure. You need quite a lot of this, right? This is 500 milligrams here. Take like 8 capsules of this, all right? Organ defense, we've got NLC, N-acetylcysteine, and TUDCA. So kidney, liver, and then we've got glutathione complete. So this has N-acetylcysteine in it as well. This is a fantastic supplement because you're getting your 400 milligrams of glutathione, but NAC and alpha lipolytic acid. So this is another really, really good supplement from Conte. And right, with this, it's the same price as Strom's glutathione, which I used to take, but again, it's got extra ingredients in there. So really, really good supplement. Glutathione, guys, most powerful antioxidant in your body. So if you're someone who gets sick quite a lot, or you get run down, or blah, 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 make sure you're taking your glutathione. This is another year-round staple for most people, even if you're not an anabolic user, that I would make sure you're taking. Magnesium, vitamin D3 and K2, glutathione, and your omegas and your curcumin. Staples, I think, for most average normal people. And finally over here, we've got magnesium. So I'm kind of putting these in the digestion category for my morning supplements. In the evening, they have a different function. Betaine HCl with pepsin, digestive enzyme. I take this one with bigger meat meals of the day. So my protein meals, any chicken or mince meals to help that break down a little bit better. Whey, you know, digest a little bit easier because it's fucking liquid. And then we've got magnesium. So Conte's magnesium supplement, again, fantastic. Same price as JP's, but has 3 different forms of magnesium in there. So we've got a gram of magnesium biglycinate. We've also got magnesium taurate and magnesium citrate in there. So magnesium citrate will help with the bowel movements, help you go to the toilet, help with your digestion, as well as just magnesium in general. So I take quite a lot of that morning, afternoon, evening. So they are all, oh, and finally, I do take some metal folate because when I got my blood work back many times, my folate's been on the lower end. So I do just supplement with that. So all of those guys are the morning supplements and the benefits from them. I do have some other kind of things written down just to make sure that I didn't run over anything. Did I go through all these benefits? I did, yeah. Like the NAC, the TUDCA, glutathione, they'll detoxify your liver. They'll just make sure, you know, everything is kind of staying very like sensitive as well, like insulin sensitive, because obviously your liver has got a lot to do with that. And yeah, a lot of the stuff will just kind of like help with blood flow, help with blood pressure, really, really powerful anti-inflammatories and stuff like that. So that is a supplement stack. Guys, any Conte products, use code DMAC10. Make sure you get yourself a discount on it. HydroFlows, health supplements, etc., etc. So yeah, I'm gonna grab my coffee now. Chloe's getting really tired holding that camera behind me. I don't think she thought I was going to be talking for this long. So I'll grab my coffee, sit down, relax, and I'll catch up with you for meal number 1. How are we, guys? We're back in the kitchen for meal number 1. So I'm going to prepare this meal and show you what it is afterwards, but I go through my little kind of routine that I do every single day, right, when I'm making meal number 1. So I try and make the most efficient use of my time as I possibly can. So I do tend to multitask, all right? I have a very specific order for how I make things and do things. One thing I pride myself on is my time management, not just not being late for meetings or whatever, but how I time everything, how I cook things and everything else like that. So you'll see with this meal number 1, you know, the bread will be done exactly when the eggs are done so that things can be eaten at the same time, etc. So when I come down and I boil the kettle, I'll obviously let my oats kind of cook for my first meal, but then I will make my cream of rice, which is going to be for the pre-workout meal. So the cream of rice gets made alongside the whey paste here, which I'm going to bang in the fridge just now. So we've got our sludge, guys, and the little tip I gave in the last video, you want to put your sludge in the fridge for a while so that it actually thickens up a little bit. So cream of rice goes in the fridge, sludge goes in the fridge. Guys, if you're not having your cream of rice cold, then what are you doing? You need to have your cream of rice cold. Okay, it is the only way to have cream of rice, especially when it is hot in the summer. So we got meal number 1 here, or part of meal number 1, which is my oats and my blueberries. And I'll put a little bit of cinnamon on this in a minute. And then what I normally do is I heat the pan up for 3 minutes. So 3.5 minutes. So I'll time that. Has to be exactly 3.5 minutes. On setting 9 before the eggs go on. Before the eggs go on, I put it down to setting 7. I spray the pan and I put the eggs on. And then they're cooked perfectly in the exact amount of time it takes for the sourdough to cook in the thing. So it's all down to a science, guys, right? And I figured this out day by day as I go along when I'm prepping my meals. And then we've got our chicken here for myself and Chloe. So I chop this up in the bowl for the day. We've got 500 grams, 200 gram portions for me, 100 gram portion for Chloe. So whilst I'm prepping everything else, I will do that. And then over here, when I'm making meal number 1, I'll have 3 whole eggs here. These are the ones, guys, from Tesco, the Bluebell Aracuna eggs. These are absolutely delicious because they've got the really, really orange yolk, which is exactly what you want. Now, the only thing about these eggs is they are quite small, okay? So if you have regular large eggs from like Aldi or Lidl or whatever, you get a lot more egg white out of them, like much more egg white out of them. So normally 3 normal eggs would fully fit the pan, but 3 of these eggs, it never does. And I like to have kind of like, not an omelette, but you know, I like to be able to just scoop the eggs straight off the pan. So what I'll do here is, once I've cracked my 3 eggs onto the pan, there will be some gaps here. Oh, I fucked that egg. It's all good, no shell, yeah. As you'll see, there will be a couple of gaps here, right? See the way you can see, like there's just like holes here. There's just like gaps at the side. So I've got this 2 chicks, egg whites, and I'll just literally fill the gaps with the egg whites. So just pop the egg whites down, just pop a hole in those little things, just so it cooks nice and evenly. And of course, guys, seasoning, salt and pepper. As you can see here, right, on this spice rack, we've got absolutely stacked out all these seasonings in under here, like tons of them, right? And I literally just still use salt and pepper for everything. You just can't beat salt and pepper. Like on prep, I changed back to having my eggs with salt and pepper, or not my eggs, my chicken with salt and pepper. And ever since, guys, just haven't swapped back. I think one day I used like the old Nando seasoning that I normally used. And then I just swap back to the salt and pepper again. So like everything that we use is like just pretty much seasoned salt, pepper, cinnamon. It's like all we use. And I do use this one rub, this steak rub for my mince, but that's about it. But yeah, for the egg whites, guys, these ones here, these are super expensive. These are like fucking £3 a carton or whatever. But I did actually see these. Shout out to AJ Morris, because I did actually see these on AJ Morris's video. He was like, you need to use these egg whites. These taste way better than the normal like egg whites in the bottle, or something like that. And I was like, I'm going to give those a go. Honestly, way better. Like these taste like actual egg whites you just crack out of an egg. Whereas like the other ones that we were using before, like the bulk powders and my protein ones, they just weren't the best. And then you've got these ones here, which are a lot cheaper, but they just don't, they like stick to the pan a bit more and they just don't like taste the best. Why is Chloe shaking her head? They don't stick to the pan. Chloe thinks they don't, but trust me, I notice these subtle differences. These very, very subtle, small little differences and things, I notice. So I'm a bit of a snob, like obviously with the foods that I eat, guys, right? Like I don't have like, I have a very consistent diet, and like I don't have a lot of like fancy things and like that. It's fairly basic stuff, but I do spend the money on like whatever needs to be spent on. Like those eggs, I always get the fancy eggs, which are way more expensive than normal eggs. I get the fanciest fucking egg whites, which are way more expensive than just getting your egg whites on bulk powders. But all these things, they make a difference in how things taste. They really, really fucking do. So yeah. Oh, and the sourdough bread that we've got is Jason's sourdough bread. So unfortunately, guys, if you're in Ireland, you're not going to have this. However, do your research when you're getting your sourdough bread, because I do put sourdough bread on a lot of clients' plans, but make sure you're getting proper sourdough bread, because this bread here, this Jason's sourdough bread, if you actually look in the ingredients in this, okay? Wheat flour, calcium carbonate, right? Iron, lysine, thiamine. This is basically just like wheat flour, water, salt, fermented wheat flour. That's it. Like 3-4 ingredients. It's literally it. So there is no shit in this bread. And this bread tastes amazing. 1 gram of fat in this per 100 grams, right? And 10 grams of protein. 0.8 grams of fat per 100 grams, 44 carb. And it's literally just like yeast, water, dough. That's it. Perfect. Digests absolutely amazingly. No shit in it. People say, oh, bread is bad, carbs are bad, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, bread is bad if you're having shitty processed bread full of sugar, full of additives, full of shit, and that's going to just bloat you and fuck your digestion, but not that. So if you're getting your sourdough bread, it's like an artisan sourdough bread in like a local bakery. That's probably what I'd recommend if you're in Ireland. Or go to Little Bakery. The Little sourdough bread is good. But just make sure, if you are getting bread, to get a good quality one. What I'll do halfway through this as well, guys, I was actually flip the bread a bit so it cooks evenly on both sides. The air fryer is how we cook our eggs and cook our toast and our bagels and all that jazz, because we don't have a toaster. And as you can see here, kitchen counter space is at a premium. So the air fryer actually cooks the bread a bit nicer. What do you reckon, Flo? I think it cooks the bread a little bit nicer than a toaster, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, as you can see here, these eggs are like pretty much just about done. So I'll turn that off now, and then it'll have about a minute to cool. That bread will be done in 30 seconds. Bang the eggs straight on the bed. I'll eat my oats first, normally, and then I will eat my sourdough, because I am, guys, more of a savoury guy, I must say. So this breakfast is lovely because it's sweet and savoury, but I will actually have the sweet first, and I'll have the savoury second, because I prefer the savoury taste in my mouth. So I'll wait until this is fully finished. I'll plate it up. I'll show you guys what it is, what the macros are. Oh, also, we've got our intra, which I make as well, guys. I'll run through that with you before we go to the gym. So yeah, I'll plate this up, tell you what the macros are, and then we'll go for our morning walk. Won't we, Chloe? So there we have it, guys. Meal number 1. I will pop the macros for this meal up on the screen. We've got 40 grams of oats with 30 grams of whey and 100 grams of berries, some sweet cinnamon. Then we've got 3 whole eggs and 100 grams of sourdough bread. And of course, I will top this off with the GOAT tomato ketchup smoky bacon. This is absolutely next level, fellas. Telling you, get on this. And then after I eat meal number 1, I will take my morning supplements, because if you take those morning supplements on an empty stomach, guys, you're going to get a really fishy breath from those fish oils repeating on you, which is not pleasant at all. And, you know, with most supplements, they kind of tend to be fat soluble, so they will absorb a lot better when you have them alongside some fats. Now, obviously, there is some fats in the fish oils. However, 3 whole eggs, plenty of fats there. So eat a meal, take those supplements afterwards. They will digest and assimilate a little bit better. And just make sure we're getting all the benefits out of them. So I'm going to sit down, going to enjoy this meal. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Morning stroll, guys. It has just gone 7:45-ish. So it's quiet in the ghetto this morning. It does be very quiet in the ghetto in the morning times. No one is out and about, causing a ruckus, causing any hassle. But give it time, guys, give it time, especially with the sun. Once it hits like 1 p.m, chairs are out the front of the gaffs, shoulders of fucking vodka are out, fags, rollies, they're all out, they're sitting there, they're smoking, they're drinking, they're playing the shittest fucking music you've ever heard in your whole entire life. And they're just littering everywhere. They're just making the place filthy. I've never seen so much filth in my whole entire life.
Yeah, so bad.
They don't know how to just like put something in a fucking bin. It's pretty shocking. My poor grandmother would be rolling in her grave if she could see this place. My granny was the head of the Tidy Towns for 25 years. Any Irish people, if you know what the Tidy Towns is, you get that reference. But yeah, it just anytime like when I was younger, like my granny and my dad, they'd just be giving out about littering so much. So it was just like bred into me to just never litter, just never like throw shit on the ground or anything like that. So when I see the state of our road every 2-3 days,
Every day.
It's shocking. I feel bad for the council. They come and they have to just clean it up all the time. And like every single time I come in and out of our road, none of them work. Like I literally just think, wow, I am over here. I'm not even from the UK. I'm over here, living over here, have my business over here, paying crazy amounts of tax over here for all you cunts to sit out the front of your gaff, drinking vodka, smoking fags and not working. It's shocking, not to be racist or anything like that, lads, but all this anti-immigration stuff, if people aren't going to come into the country legally and actually work and contribute to society, I'm all for it. Fuck them out. If it was up to me, I'd be sending the army down there and I'd just be putting all them into the back of a big truck and shipping them off home.
I do think though there should be like some sort of law that has a certain amount of minimum income per person that's allowed to stay in the country, and if you don't reach that income, you're not allowed to stay.
Yeah, zero issue with foreigners who contribute to society, because there's plenty of them and they're fantastic and they're needed, especially in professions like medicine and stuff like that. Absolutely, well needed. But like, there's so many people there who've literally just come over because their family are over here, and their family have obviously all told them like, oh sure, we're over in the UK, we're getting given a house, we're getting given money, it's fantastic, come over here. Like, people are laughing coming over here. Ireland is the exact same. Ireland is even worse, and Ireland is going to get even worse. Like, people are just laughing. Like, all these people from these poor countries are just thinking, wow, this is paradise. We can just go over here and rob these people blind. And then in Ireland, you've got massive housing crisis, massive issues of homelessness. And then, like, the government is just giving all these people who aren't even Irish money. It's just, and houses, it's just bizarre. It's just bizarre, and everyone's afraid to say anything because they don't want to be seen as being, racist or maybe lacking compassion or anything like that. Fuck that. I've no issue being seen to lack compassion. It's nothing about it. Look after your own first, It's the way I see it. Yeah. But everyone.
But yeah, we feel strongly about this because we live with it.
We feel very strongly about this. I'm pretty. Well, I wouldn't say I'm pretty right-wing, but I think at this stage, because the left has gone so bad, I would say I lean to the right heavily. But I do tend to be very, very conservative in my political beliefs. It's just my disposition. So, yeah.
Go on,
build a wall. Build a wall, that's what I say. Trump is the right idea. Yeah, I better wrap that clip up there, especially because the last 2 clips were 10 minutes long and I'm only 1 meal into this full day of eating. So it's going to be a movie for you guys. Quick clip from the YouTube. So we got catch up with Philippe here, guys. He's just finished 28 weeks now on his diet. He's almost 20 kilos of body fat gone. So we're just catching up to map out his gaining phase. He's very excited. He's going to be changing gyms. He's going to be changing training splits. We've adjusted his meal plan to put a wrap in. All he wants is a wrap in with his mince in the evening time. So a wrap he's going to get because of all the hard work he's put in. He's just mentioned here that his friends think he's crazy because he hasn't had a pizza since December. So he's going to get down to 75 kilos. He's going to enjoy a big fat pizza. Where are you going to get the pizza, Philippe?
like anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anything is good.
Anywhere.
At this point, you know?
Yeah. I went to Base Woodfire Pizza near the RDS
I know that one.
after my show, mate. It was really good. I think like instead of doing like a Domino's or a Pizza Hut or whatever, you should go to that place. That was like really, really good. So yeah.
100%.
So Philippe is going to push hard now for the week. He's going to get his pizza in, and then we're going to build some muscle. Let's get it. Pre-workout meal, guys. We have got 120 grams of the goat cream of rice, white chocolate hazelnut from Conte. You know the drill. We got some sweet cinnamon on there as well. We have got 40 grams of whey paste and 120 grams of strawberry. So that is the pre going down, guys. And then up on the YouTubes, we've got a little bit of Cal Freezy. So I only just discovered this guy very recently. Apparently he's one of the sidemen, so Chloe has told me. And I didn't realize how like famous those sidemen were and how many followers they all were. Like he's not even one of like the main sidemen. He's got like, how many YouTube subscribers does he have? 4.45 million. That is absolutely off the charts. That is fucking wild. Yeah, we're just watching him trying rare fast food here in Vietnam. It's actually quite interesting to see like all the shit they have in like McDonald's and Starbucks and KFC and stuff in a completely different country. So pretty wild. But yeah, he's actually quite entertaining and pretty easy watch, to be honest. So I've been watching a couple of his videos recently. So we'll eat this, guys. And then normally I have my pre-workout meal about an hour to an hour and a half before I train. Well, normally what I'll do is like I'll have my pre-workout meal and an hour later I'll like get ready to leave to go to the gym. So normally that's like going out, having my coffee, having my pump product, and then like by the time I drive to the gym, I have a chat with one or two people if I need to when I get in the door and like actually start my session. It's normally around an hour and a half after I've had my pre-workout meal. So we'll neck this in, guys, wait a little while, have our coffee, and then head to the gym. Just about to head to the gym, guys, and we're just throwing together the Mega Pump here. I'm on the end of this tub, so what do we have there? 7 grams, all right. 7 grams of Fruit Burst flavor. That's that tub fully wrapped up now. And then we have here raspberry twist. I did actually crack this open last week, but I said, you know what, because I have too many tubs here, I needed to finish the Fruit Burst flavor first before I had the rest of this. So we're going with a half and half today, guys. Should you weigh your supplements? Yes, you weigh your food. So why wouldn't you weigh your supplements? Majority of the time. Sometimes I won't, I'm not going to lie, but majority of the time I do actually weigh my supplements to make sure I'm getting the correct dose of a pump or of my creatine or of my glutamine or whatever, because accuracy, consistency, all that good stuff is important in bodybuilding, guys. This is the game that we're in, because oftentimes some of the most inaccurate things are those scoops. A scoop is not a scoop. One thing that I actually find pretty bizarre, and I have a lot of American clients now, so a lot of Americans might be watching this. A good lot of Americans actually do watch my videos, more so than people in Ireland, actually, funnily enough. But everything over in America is cooked. They weigh everything cooked. They use cups for their rice and their cereal and everything else. And it's so crazy inaccurate, it's not even funny. Like a cup of rice or a cup of oats or a cup of cereal could be so different, gram for gram wise, every single time that you use it. It's not even funny. Most protein scoops, they're inaccurate. Most scoops for creatine, pump products, etc., they're inaccurate. They are just not what the dosage is on the back of the tub, basically. So always weigh everything. Mega Pump going in, guys. Push on the cards. Gym time, boys. Big push day today. And we've got our next meal, I suppose you call it here, intra-workout drink. So in the bottle here, guys, we have got 30 grams of carb drive from Conte, 15 grams of essential gains, 10 grams of creatine, and 10 grams of glutamine. That is the intra-workout drink. This goes down super easy, digests super well. And honestly, if you are in your off season and you're pushing food, intra-workout carbs are actually very good tool to use. And if you have the finance to get them, honestly, it's one of the easiest times to get calories in today. In my opinion, anyway, when you're in your off season, my intra goes up to as high as like 80 grams of powder when I'm in like peaking my off season. So still on the out 30 gram poverty portions now, as our food still hasn't increased, guys. So this full day of eating today, which is what, almost like 12 weeks post show, literally the exact same as it would have been post show. So yeah, 10 kilos up, no changes to food. stuff, so I'm not going to record today's session, guys. This video will end up being 2 days long if I do. The standing lateral raise machine is free now, so I'm going to hop on it, have a good session, and I'm going to catch up with you after for the post-workout meal and the post-session review. We are back for the post-workout meal. Session was a good one today. Progress across the board. We've actually changed my training now again a little bit. Kuba has reduced my volume once more, and he's also brought all my sets back to sets of 8 to 10 pretty much across my whole entire training program. So we're going to try something different for my progression / fatigue / not driving myself into a hole. I think he knows if I'm doing higher reps, I'm just going to kill myself on those sets. So I think if I'm stuck to an 8 to 10, I'll probably go a little bit heavier. But because I'm going a little bit heavier, I'll have a better gauge of where 1 to 2 RIR actually is. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But really, really good session today. Progress across the board, like I said, and everything felt like it moved super well, and my body didn't feel as battered. So that's a good sign. As honestly, yesterday I was fucking absolutely smashed, and I thought, oh no, it's gonna be a tough weekend to train. But we're back for the post-workout meal, guys, which I'm going to show you here now. So with this meal, I will have a cap of betaine HCl. Now, one thing that's key with taking betaine HCLs, what you want to make sure is that you actually take this halfway through your meal. So what I'll actually do is I'll eat a good couple of mouthfuls of this. I'll finish like half it, chew. Then I'll take a cap of betaine HCl. Then I'll finish the rest of the meal. Okay, now, why do we do that? Because you want the betaine to aid and supplement your natural digestive enzymes in your stomach, okay? So if you're like taking that before your meal, you're not going to like let your digestive enzymes, your natural digestive enzymes in your stomach kind of go to work, right? So this is going to help and aid and supplement and boost the digestion, and your natural enzymes are already going to like kick in when you're eating your own food. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, yeah. Anyway, back to the meal itself. So we have got 125 grams of jasmine rice, 200 grams of chicken. We've got some Mayflower southern fried gravy sauce in there, which is absolutely tremendous, my favorite sauce. And then we've just got one tomato, which is about 80 to 100 grams normally. And then on the side here, we've got half of this berry medley. No raspberries in here, guys. We're back to the strawberries because frozen raspberries are just completely out of stock in Aldi and Lidl the last while for some bizarre reason. But the strawberries and pineapple is actually quite tremendous, I must say. So we'll have half of that now, half of the next meal, and then we'll have this. And we're going to watch a little bit of YouTube, as always. So it is now 1:45, and jobs are pretty much done for the rest of the day. Whilst Chloe was cooking my post-workout meal, I responded to all client messages, which is great. A couple of more might come in for the remainder of the day. Maybe not, because it's Saturday, even though people tend to message me more on a Saturday than other days, probably because they're off work. But yeah, we'll just chill out and relax for a while, guys. And we've got 3 more meals to show you, and the evening supplements as well. It's probably going to be a long video, but you'll get a good insight as to what I'm eating, what I'm taking, and how it all works. Meal number 4, my people. We've got classic chicky rice. So chicky, rice, a little bit of pickled onion in there, and I think I'm going to garnish this with 15 grams of sriracha mayo. I picked this up in Lidl the other day. I think Chloe is after tucking into it because the seal is off it. So we'll have a little bit of this with this meal. This will go in, no fruit with this one. That's still going to be saved for the next meal. After this, I need to go upstairs. I need to shower. I need to shave. I need to freshen myself up so that I can just lounge on the couch for the rest of the evening and do fuck all. Kuba's kind of pulled my steps back a little bit. Well, he's just said just do small walks after your meals and stuff like that. Did a big walk this morning though, and we're already at like 6k steps, so might do one more after my next meal, as I tend to get a little bit more, I don't want to say like blocked up in the evening time, but I do like sometimes have a little bit of a walk after that last meal just to make sure everything is digesting as it should. So this will go in now, guys. We'll catch you for next meal. How we doing, guys? So I've showered, I've shaved, I've come downstairs, and I made a horrible realization that I forgot to take my mince out of the freezer to defrost for meal number 5. So we've got no Five Guys fake away tonight. And instead, I've had to substitute out my mince for chicken, which is very sad. But every cloud has a silver lining, because the fats that we're missing from the mince, we're going to be able to add that back into meal number 6 later. So I'm going to have a mixture of almond butter and dark chocolate with that tonight, which will be chef's kiss. So here we've got a adjusted meal number 5 for today, guys, for this video. We've got 200 grams of white potato. Miserable, I know, like prep portions of white potato. 200 grams of chicken, and then we've got tomato in there. And off camera, I actually ate my berry medley, the rest of my berry medley, so the pineapple and the strawberries. That's meal number 5, guys. So now I'm actually going to sit down and relax, and myself and Chloe are going to watch Happy Gilmore 2. So that has been released on Netflix now. It's been years since I watched the original Happy Gilmore, and we should have actually went back to watch that, but I've seen some good reviews of it so far on the Instagram stories. Adam Sandler is just your classic silly shit, like, isn't he? So I'll be interested to see what this is like. Hopefully it's good and they don't do a butcher job on it. But I think of all the Adam Sandler films, Happy Gilmore is probably up there with his best. What do you reckon? Happy Gilmore has to be one of his best. I do quite like Billy Madison. Billy Madison is really, really fucking silly. Guys, comment down below what your favorite Adam Sandler film is. One thing I do actually like Mr. Deeds as well. That's not one of his better ones, but has sentimental value to me. So I do like Mr. Deeds. But he's got a lot of good ones, doesn't he? He's got a lot of good ones. I think I'm leaning more towards being like an Adam Sandler guy versus like a Will Ferrell guy. Yeah, that might be a controversial opinion, but let me know in the comments down below. All right, guys, we're back for meal number 6. Oats are cooking over here. Creamy is defrosting, but I'm going to take you through the evening supplements. So same, but slightly different based off of the supplements that I took this morning. So the supplements that are going to be the same are the omegas and the organ support. And then we've got magnesium, but double the dose of this before bed. And then I have my metal folate and my saffron extract here. This is for mood. And then we've got Joint Complete. So I take Conte's Joint Complete at night because there is a gram of curcumin in this as well. So obviously in the Circulatory Complete, I'm getting the curcumin in the morning time. And then the Joint Complete, I'm getting the curcumin in the evening time. And this is 6 caps per serving. So it's just quite a lot of pills. And I have more supplements in the morning rather than the evening time. So that's just why I take that in the evening time. And then lastly, the fucking secret ingredient here, guys, we've got Supreme Sleep. So you'll always hear me banging on about the HydroFlow on this channel and how much I love it. But honestly, I don't know, if I had to probably pick between them, this is probably more efficacious. Like, this is probably more beneficial overall. So we've got some fantastic ingredients in this: ashwagandha, magnesium again, chamomile flower powder extract, and then L-theanine, 5-HTP, and then you got your zinc and your vitamin B6 in there as well. So fantastic supplement for promoting parasympathetic state and sleep. This is unbelievable. This is definitely improved my sleep. And this is actually one of the supplements from Conte that I used to take way back before I was actually sponsored by him, because I think it was one of the first supplements that they did actually come out with. And I always rated this probably the best sleep supplement on the market, in my opinion. So if you struggle with your sleep, guys, or even if you struggle with like switching off in the evening times, this is definitely going to be the one. So that is the evening supplement stack. I'll actually just put that Supreme Sleep in the fridge now, so it's nice and cool. Normally what I do is I have my last meal. Chloe has the fridge not organized to my liking. What I'll normally do is I'll have my last meal, just leave that sit and digest for a little while, like 10-15 minutes. And then just before bed, I'll come out, I'll take those evening supplements, put my morning supplements for the next morning in the little cup, and then I'll just down my evening supplements with the Supreme Sleep, take my GH, and then I'm off to bed. So when I actually make this meal, I'll show you what meal 6 is, show you what the macros are, tell you what the total calories and macros are for the day, and then that's a wrap. All right, guys, so first spin of the creamy has gone down, and as you'll see here, when it comes out, it does be like a little bit powdery, so it does kind of need a second spin a lot of the time. But first, what I'll do is I'll actually stick that spoon in, scoop the middle of it out, and then I will put in this 15 grams of dark chocolate, which I have just chopped up with the knife here. So I'm using this Montezuma's Absolute Black 100% dark chocolate, the almond one. Unbelievable. So as you can see here, it's got the little bits of almond in it and the dark chocolate. So I'll pop that into the creamy now, respin it, and it'll be like stracciatella. Absolutely tremendous. And then because I didn't have to fast for my mince earlier on, I get to put a little bit of almond butter in my oats tonight, which will be absolutely fucking lovely. So I will show you the finished product in just a sec. All right, there we have it, guys. Finished product. So we've got 75 grams of oats, 150 grams of berries, 15 grams of almond butter, and then we have got 15 grams of dark chocolate in with our 50 grams of whey. And look at that creamy consistency. Absolutely perfect. And you know we like a little bit of the hot and cold. So that concludes and wraps up today's full day of eating, guys. The total calories and macros are going to be up on the screen here now. We're in and around that kind of 3,700 to 3,800 calorie mark. Exact same as it's been since we finished up shows. And the body weight is up 10 kilos. So honestly, guys, don't know where I'm going to cap out on this off season, but man is hungry. Man could do with a little bit more food. Kuba said to me in my last check-in, we're going to have to push these calories up at some stage, but I want to wait and see, does your body weight settle pretty much. But man is growing. Man has grown. Yes, I'm obviously a lot softer now versus the way I was like 4 or 5 weeks post show. But I do think for 107 kilos, this is definitely the tidiest I've ever been. So we're only really getting warmed up now into this off season. Once I get myself out of this little fatigue hole I'm in at the moment and get myself back fresh and back firing, then it's going to be on for 110 kilos, maybe even 112, which would be the heaviest I've ever been, in the best condition I've ever been, very, very soon. So I'm looking forward to that. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching if you've made it this far. Hopefully you found something useful from today's video. Some little small thing that you picked up along the way that will help you out in your own process. Make sure to like the video, guys. If you like the video, drop a comment down below and we will catch you in the next one.